Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. We all give interviews at some point of time. We want to get into a good college, we want to get into a good university, we want to get into a good job. We give interviews, right? So personal interviews are very much part of our life, for our growth, for our career, for our profession, right? So that is why today I'm going to take up this topic of interviews and I'm going to speak all the vocabulary related to interviews so that next time when you're going for an interview, you know everything beforehand. You know what the process is called or how the process is and what are the steps related to the interviews and this specific vocabulary. Okay, I'm also going to talk about sentences with those vocabularies so that it's easier for you to understand the word better and you can use it in your own sentences as well, right? And the third part will be, of course, I'm going to talk about interviews. Okay, how to prepare for an interview or any interview process I'm going to talk about which I have gone through. So this is how I'm going to talk about interviews today. Okay. Now, one important question, guys, why I've chosen vocabulary and then sentences and speaking about that topic. Now, vocabulary means words. If we don't know words, we will not be able to make sentences, right? So, words are building block of any language. So, if you know words, if you know how to put it in the right sequence, it will be much easier for you to come up with a sentence and speak on it. So that is why vocabulary is very essential. With vocabulary, we can make sentences and then we can talk about it. So that is why on the basis of this process, I've come up with my sessions wherein I include vocabulary and then sentence construction and then speaking about that topic so that it's easier for you to understand everything and gradually move towards the speaking process. And if you do it for 30 days continuously on different topics, definitely you're going to be much more confident and fluent in speaking in English. These are very practical, conversational and everyday spoken topics. If you start speaking on these, if you start following all my videos, it will be much easier for you to start speaking in English for sure. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. So guys, let's get started now. I'm going to speak up on interviews. I'm going to take up interviews as a topic and I'm going to speak about the vocabulary, the general common vocabulary related to interviews so that it's easier for you to understand the whole process, understand the terminologies related to interviews, and it's easier for you to crack the interview because you know what it is or you know what is asked, you know what it means, right? So if you know all the terms and terminologies, definitely during the job interview or during the process, you will not feel lost and you will understand everything and it will be much easier for you to crack the interviews for sure. So let's start with the first word, which is application. All the job interview or job starts with an application. What is an application or a job application? A formal request for a job, including a resume and a cover letter. Generally, a resume, we send a resume, but if you include a cover letter also, much better. So it's a formal request for a job, including your resume and a cover letter. That is an application. So I've sent your job application with your resume. Okay, so this is what it means. Now, what is a resume or a CV? A document that summarizes all your education, qualifications, skills, and work experience. Everything in detail written on a piece of paper or a soft copy, right? All the details in one place is called a resume or a CV, which you send with your job application. Okay, I've shared my job application along with the CV to different companies. I've shared my job application along with my CV to different companies. Okay, job application. I need company's email ID to send my job application. I need the recruiters or the company's email ID to share my job application or an application. Okay, so this is how we talk about it. Now, cover letter. We all are not much familiar with cover letter, but if you attach a cover letter, it does magic. I mean, it is essential part of a job application. A lot of companies ask for a cover letter. Now, if you are not sending a cover letter, start sending it from today, right now. Now, what is a cover letter? A letter sent with your resume that explains why you are the best candidate for the job. So basically you are getting an advantage here. You can write about your skills. You can tell the employer what skills you have and why you are a good fit for that position or for that job. So you can come up with a cover letter where you can showcase or highlight your skills, and you can just speak about it in a nutshell, so that the employer understands that you are the best match for this job. So it is an opportunity, guys. Come up with a cover letter with every resume before sending a job application. So that is a must. I always send a cover letter with my resume wherever I apply for a job. I always send a cover letter along with my resume wherever I apply for a job. Okay, I always attach a cover letter with the job application. I always attach a cover letter with the job application. Okay, another term is skills, which is very important. Now, I've also spoken about, like, in a cover letter, you need to highlight your skills. In your resume, you need to highlight your skills, which are essential for the job, right? So what is a skill? The ability or expertise that will help you to perform that job. Okay, now what are these skills? It can be technical, non-technical, both. Technical skills, if you are an engineer, you can talk about, I know Java, I know .NET, I know, Android, I know Python, etc., etc. But there are some non-technical skills also which you need to mention, like your communication skills. You are an excellent communicator, or my communication skills are very good, right? So communication skills, leadership skills, or strategy making, critical thinking, there are lots of non-technical skills also which you need to mention along with your technical skills. And you need to see what this job demands, and accordingly you need to put your skills, technical and non-technical, so that it matches with the requirement and you get a call from the recruiter or the company for the interview. Okay, so this is very essential. Skills. I always mention technical and non-technical skills in my resume. I always mention my technical and non-technical skills in my resume. Okay, now comes the job description. What is a job description? A detailed list of tasks, responsibilities, and requirement for a job. So a detailed list of tasks, responsibilities, and requirement for a job. So it will have 2-3 parts. Okay, so job description has 2-3 parts. It tells you what exactly they are looking for. So they come up with the job requirement, which is compulsory, responsibilities, and list of tasks what you need to do on job. Okay, so that is a job description. So whenever there is a job opportunity, you will get a job description first. When you see, you have to look at the job description. You can see, you can judge that if this job is suitable for you, and then you should apply for that job. That is very essential, very critical, guys. Don't apply for any job which you don't even know, or if you don't even understand the job description. It has to match with your skills, with your experience, right? What you have done previously. So always look at the job description, read it carefully, understand it, and then apply for the job. Okay, so that is very important. Understanding the job description before applying for a job is very much essential. Understanding the job description before applying for a job is very much essential. Okay, negotiation. Okay, when you apply for a job, you are called for an interview, your interview is held, and then you are selected for the job. There's an HR interview wherein there's a negotiation. Salary negotiation takes place. Okay, what is salary? Salary is the amount which you get monthly. That is a salary. Okay, and you have to negotiate on your salary. You get a chance to negotiate in the HR round. So what is this negotiation? A discussion to reach an agreement on salary or any other working conditions or any other clause which you have. For example, if you have certain, responsibilities at home, you have a kid and you want to say that, you need a break for an hour to get my kid from the nursery and drop him back home, or there any other requirement that you have to reach home by 5 p.m. So after 5 p.m. you are going to work from home. These kind of, or there's any other requirement. So you need to negotiate there. You need to talk about, you need to have a discussion about your salary or any other condition, working condition which you want. Okay, so you can negotiate or discuss about it on the table with the HR or anybody, your manager or anybody else whoever is negotiating with you. So this is called a negotiation. This is a discussion basically. Okay, during the salary discussion, I always negotiate on my in-hand salary. During my salary discussion, I always negotiate on my in-hand salary or in-hand amount. Okay, next is job offer or offer letter or an appointment letter. Okay, so what is this offer letter or an appointment letter or a job offer or a job offer? It is a formal document which says that you are employed by the company. It is a formal or official document in which the company offers you employment or they say that you can work for the company. Okay, that is an official document which the company provides to you to work with them. Okay, so that is a job offer. I received a job offer from my dream company. I received a job offer from my dream company. Okay, next comes onboarding. What is onboarding? After you are offered, after you have accepted the offer letter, comes your joining date. You go and join the company on the day there is onboarding. That process is called onboarding. So what is onboarding? Onboarding is a process of integrating new employee in a company, wherein you have to fill a lot of documents, you have to fill a lot of forms, you have to submit a lot of documents, you have to show your original documents just to tally that yes, this is right. And you get to know about the policies and processes about the company, culture, etc. So that is called onboarding. Another term is induction. Induction is also related to onboarding. It is a part of onboarding. So when you are inducted into a company, which means that you are told or you are made aware of all the policies, processes, projects, and everything in and out about working on that position, on that role with that company. So you're going to know everything in detail during induction. Okay, and then there's training program also, like 2 months or 3 months training will be given to you after induction to do the job. Okay, the 1 week induction program was very helpful for me to know about the company's culture, policies and projects. The 1 week induction program was very helpful for me to know about the company culture, processes and projects. Okay, there is another term which is related to the interviews, which is called professionalism. People check on professionalism also. So what is this professionalism? Behaving in a way that is respectful and appropriate for the workplace. So basically your attitude, your manners all counts while giving an interview. People notice all these things. They understand how professional are you in speaking, in conveying your ideas, thoughts, in your body language and everything else. So you have to look professional. The way you dress up, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, right? Your gestures, everything is noticed to understand your professionalism. So this is what professionalism means. Professionalism is a very important attribute for a workplace. Professionalism is a very important attribute for workplace. Another one is work ethic. Work ethic. What is this work ethic? A positive attitude and dedication to do your job well is called work ethic. So everybody has a work ethic. The company has a work ethic. The person has a work ethic. The manager has a work ethic. Everybody in a team has some work ethics, right? That is a dedication or attitude to do your job well. That is called work ethic. The company has a very good work ethics. or this team has a very good work ethics. We say in this way. So guys, this is how we talk about an interview. There are lots of words which I've just mentioned that are directly related to interviews only. If you know these words, it will be very easy for you to face an interview, to crack an interview and understand what is said during an interview. Okay, so during negotiation also you will know that you have to negotiate on your salary or any other condition which you have. If you know what is a job offer, what is your induction, onboarding, you know how long it will take, so it will be easier for you to question them, understand their views, and the process will be much smoother and easier for you. So guys, this is how we speak about interviews. Now the last part, I am going to talk about any interview process which I have been through. So I'll just talk about it. I've given hundreds of interviews till date and I am not scared of interviews. I really enjoy giving interviews. Initially, I was also very nervous about it. Whenever I was called for an interview, I used to get nervous. I didn't know how to prepare, what to say, how to, control my nervousness. So these were a lot of fears were there inside me that I'll be selected or not. But gradually, by giving more and more interviews, I got more confident and fluent in speaking during an interview. I understood what questions are asked, and then I went back and started preparing for those questions which were quite similar. All the companies have 2-3 questions which are very similar, right? You'll get those similar questions. The first one is, tell me something about yourself. It is a very clear-cut question. So this is a question which is asked in every interview. So I started preparing on these questions and some other questions as well, which I have noticed that it is asked very frequently in interviews. For technical questions also, I have made a list of questions which have been asked in different interviews, and some I have just researched, taken out from Google, and I've prepared for those questions. Now, after preparing, when I was prepared for these interviews, it got much easier for me to give interviews. And trust me, a lot of questions are repeated, right? And questions specific to your job is also very much important. That you have to prepare on your own. You need to know in and out about what you have done in your job. So you know what you have done. It's just that you need to start practicing about it. Like you need to talk about your job, what you have done, what was your job profile, what was your work responsibilities. Okay, this is what the companies are also interested in knowing, because they want to know what you have done and what opportunities they have, whether it is a match or not. So that is why you need to know in and out about what you have done in your job, and you have to keep a check on what job description they had, right? Whether it is a match or not. So you have to align your answers according to that. And when you speak in front of them, the interviewers, they will be impressed and you'll get that job. So that is why it is very essential to prepare beforehand for the interview. So take out common questions and start preparing on it, and take out technical questions also which you feel is important for you in that job, and you start practicing it. If you start practicing it and you go and give the interviews, it will be much easier for you to express your ideas or thoughts or speak clearly about your role, your responsibilities, your experience, your education, your qualification, your skills. Trust me on this. This is what I have applied to myself while giving interviews, and it became much easier for me to give interviews, and I was more confident in giving interviews, and I got selected also, and my selection ratio also improved. And one more thing I want to add here is, never take interviews as selection or rejection. Take it as an opportunity that you're going to learn something new. It will be an experience. It will be good for you to it will be an opportunity for you to speak in front of people confidently, or gain confidence and fluency to speak in front of people. So this is an opportunity. Take it as an opportunity and never think it as a selection or a rejection process. Once you start making up your mind in this way, it will be much easier for you to crack interviews and excel in every interview which you face. So guys, I'm sure you've got a lot of insights about interviews and the process today in this session, and it will definitely help you in cracking your next interview. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.